If you've got extra weight on your body, you're not out of fuel. You're carrying it. The real question is, why won't your body use it? Most people attack the problem with stricter diets, longer fasts, or another round of cutting carbs altogether. But the blocker, more often than not, is a single voice that's too loud for too long: insulin. When insulin keeps shouting "store," your fat cells do exactly what they're told. When you teach insulin to whisper, fat becomes available again. Today, I'm going to show you a simple way to keep insulin quiet without cutting out carbs entirely. It's the way you prepare, time, and pair those carbs that changes the signal. These ideas are inspired by Dr. Jason Fung's work on insulin and meal timing, reframed into a routine you can start tonight. I'm not a doctor. This is a research-informed plan that helps real people control hunger, smooth energy, and finally watch the waistline move. Before we dive in, hit like if evenings are your danger zone, and subscribe for practical, no-fluff fat loss videos. In the comments, tell me your #1 carb craving, bread, rice, or sweets, and I'll reply with a swap that fits this routine. Let's begin with the shift most people never consider. Your fridge can turn some carbs into better carbs. When you cook rice and then chill it, part of the starch retrogrades. It changes shape into something your body doesn't absorb as glucose as fast. That's called resistant starch. The same thing can happen with cooked then cooled potatoes, think potato salad, especially if there's an acidic dressing involved. When you reheat potatoes to very hot, a chunk of that benefit disappears. When you eat them cooled with an acidic element, more of the starch remains resistant. Practically, that means a steadier glucose curve, a smaller insulin response, and a better shot at using stored fat between meals. Leftover rice from last night? It's not a guilty pleasure. It can be part of the fix, especially cold, tossed with vinegar or lemon and some olive oil. But timing beats clever cooking if you get it wrong. Late-night heavy-carb meals are a direct line to storage. At the end of the day, your metabolism idles down, you're not heading out for a walk, and your body does the sensible thing. It puts that energy away. The same plate at 6 p.m. is not the same at 9 p.m. The glucose rise is higher late, the insulin response is louder, and there's no runway left to burn it. If you want to wake up tighter, shift dinner earlier, or push the carbs from dinner to lunch. Close the kitchen 2 to 3 hours before bed, and you'll feel the difference in 3 nights. Fewer wake-ups, easier mornings, less hunting for fast energy. Now, for a trick that takes 10 minutes and halves the damage of a carb-heavy plate. Move after you eat, not before, after. A gentle walk within 30 minutes of finishing a meal tells your muscles to soak up circulating glucose. Same food, different fate. Blood sugar peaks lower, the insulin call is calmer, and you keep access to stored fat rather than locking it away. You don't need to sweat. 10 minutes around the block or even loops in your living room is enough to change the curve. There's another reason some meals blow you up and others don't. Naked carbs. Bread alone, rice alone, fruit alone, fast glucose in, quick spike up, quick crash down, cravings on. But add acid or fat or protein and you change the speed limit. A drizzle of olive oil with a splash of vinegar on your bread, lemon on your rice, pickles or sauerkraut beside the starch, protein first on the fork, each of those slows the rate at which those carbs arrive. It's not a license to drown food in dressing, it's a reminder that your tongue isn't the only thing eating. Your hormones are too. The way you pair food changes the signal insulin has to send. And here's the part that will feel strange at first. Eat your carbs last. Same meal, same calories, different order, different outcome. Your stomach is a reservoir. If you open with fast carbs, the first wave hitting your small intestine is almost pure carbohydrate, so glucose shoots up. If you start with protein and vegetables, omelet bite, greens, a little olive oil, and put the bread, rice, or fruit at the end, the stomach releases a mixed bolus. Some protein, some fat, some fiber, some carb. The glucose curve is flatter. The insulin call is quieter. You finish the exact same meal with more control and fewer cravings later. Try it once at lunch, notice what happens. That sets up the most important meal of the day for fat loss. Not the biggest meal, the first meal. Your breakfast can either smooth the whole day or set you up for a crash. In a classic comparison, high glycemic breakfasts like instant oats or sugary cereal spiked hard and then dropped below baseline, which is when the snack voice gets loud. Lower glycemic starts, like a veggie omelet or a eggs and greens plate, kept the rise smaller and the energy steady. People naturally ate far fewer calories at lunch without trying. The fix is boring in the best way. Protein first, color on the plate, and avoid drinking your sugar. You can still enjoy carbs, just place them after protein and veg and put more of them at lunch when you'll move. Let's stitch this into a day you can copy. You wake and hydrate. If you like a later first meal, keep a clean overnight window of 12 to 16 hours, then break your fast with protein first. Eggs and spinach with avocado, Greek yogurt with cinnamon and a handful of berries, or a shake blended thick with unsweetened almond milk and ice. When you eat earlier, same rule, protein first, and save most of your carbs for lunch. When you do have starch, make it smarter. Rice or potatoes that have been cooked and cooled, dressed with vinegar or lemon and a little olive oil with protein and veg already on the plate. After the meal, take your 10-minute walk. Dinner lands earlier. If you want carbs at night, make the portion small and pair with protein, veg, and acid. Better yet, slide those carbs into lunch and keep dinner lighter so sleep isn't a fight. There's a catch, and it's where people lose the week. They nail the daytime plan, then torch it with a late snack because they earned it. That last bite isn't about hunger, it's about habit. Put something between you and the kitchen. Herbal tea, a shower, a quick tidy, a book. Protect sleep because nothing raises next day hunger like a short night. And if coffee on an empty stomach makes you edgy and snack-prone, push your coffee to after the first bites of breakfast or pair it with a little protein so the day doesn't start on a roller coaster. Give this 5-part routine 7 days and watch the noise drop. Cook, cool, and dress your starches. Shift heavy carbs earlier, not later. Walk after you eat, even for 10 minutes. Never eat naked carbs, add acid, protein, or fat. Put carbs last on the fork, protein and veg first, especially at breakfast. By day 3, mornings feel calmer. By day 5, the 10:30 snack ambush fades. By day 7, the scale usually starts cooperating. Not because you starved, but because you finally changed the order, timing, and pairing that decide whether insulin shouts or whispers. If this helped, hit like and subscribe. In the comments, tell me your toughest situation, late-night pasta, office pastries, or weekend takeout. I'll reply with a swap or timing tweak that fits this plan. When you're done here, watch my video on coffee timing so your first cup doesn't wreck your fat burn window.